going on, guys? Peter J. Cruz here. I've got another unboxing for you. The Headrush Gigboard. Coming right up. Welcome back. So if you're new here, I'm Peter. I'm the Shred Geek. I'm all about guitars, shredding, wanting to shred, learning to shred, although I'm the one doing the learning, not the teaching, and home recording and that sort of thing, you know. So if you're into that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the little bell notification icon as well, so you get notified when I upload new videos on Mondays. And incidentally, I like to do live streams too. So this here is the Headrush Gigboard. This is actually their second unit that came out. And while I talk, I'll unbox. But by and large, for those of you that are unaware, the Headrush is based on the technology that they actually had done with the 11 rack. Actually, it's right here on my desk here in front. So using all the modeling technology and whatnot that they had in the 11 rack, which is probably, I don't know, close to 10 years old at this point. The engineers behind the Headrush, or the Headrush line of products, actually took the original data, programming code or whatever from the actual 11 rack and updated it, refreshed it, or did something, added some new features, rewrote the software for the interface aspect of it, and decided to make it into like a floorboard type of unit, which was the original Headrush unit, which comes in around a G. I mean, it's unbelievable. But the really stellar part about it, beyond the whole, the great sound quality and everything else, and the authenticity of the actual modeling of all the various effects and amps and cabinets and whatever, probably their stellar, like their big bullet point, was the fact that the interface was super awesome. It was really intuitive, basically just like you use on your phone or on an iPad or iOS device or a mobile phone or whatever. Basically just like move it around the screen, do this. Everything was like a touch screen. It's like a 7-inch touch screen, and comes in around a G, and it had 2 expression pedals, all these various little switches and whatnot to turn stuff on and off, which can be programmed. So they had like little scribble strips underneath each button that would let you program what the button says, like what it was for, as well as the color that it would actually light up as well around the little button. But of course, all that technology comes at a price, and of course around $1,000 street price. You get what you pay for. They decided to create a version of the Headrush floorboard in a more compact, maybe get rid of some of the extra stuff, like the scribble strips, the extra expression pedals and whatnot. And they built a more feature-rich but smaller unit based on the same Headrush. This was called the Gigboard. So this one's only got 4 buttons as opposed to like a gazillion. So as I open this up, I open it up here, and on the front it says it comes with Pro Tools First Headrush Edition, which Pro Tools First is free anyway. Anyone can buy it. I mean, download it or whatever. Just go to Avid's website. I think give them your email address, and then you can just download the software. Not a problem. And then they also have a partnership with Celestion, where you can go ahead and download some speaker IRs that you can then load into the Headrush in case you decide to use some third-party deals or whatever. So, ooh, hello. So then right at the very top of the box, this is probably not a very good setup. You have the manual with some information on downloading the software for the drivers and the firmware upgrades and whatnot. This box probably has the AC the power adapter. Yeah. I love throwing stuff. Kind of sucks living in a house of glass, So yeah, so you've got a little AC adapter. All right, and then you've got the unit itself and some styrofoam. One. Oops. Hello. Don't want to drop the whole box. So I got the Gigboard here. Here's the actual plug-in portion for the adapter. And it also includes a USB cable, which you would then connect to your computer for if you want to use the software editor on the Mac or Windows PC, or for downloading updates to the firmware for the actual Gigboard itself. They also have like an online community where they have people like create presets or whatever, or rigs as they call them, which is what they also call it with the 11 rack, where you can download additional rigs and then download them into your unit. So with the USB connection, of course, that's how you're going to do it. It probably goes through their editor software. And you got this big giant safety warning. To avoid dangerous suffocation. Good grief, really? Like, we need to read that? I can't breathe. Ba-dum-bum. Insert drum roll, please. So here we go. Headrush Gigboard. Wow, it's heavy as F, too. Look at that. So you've got your 7-inch touch screen here, which shows your whole signal path, and it will actually show up at the very bottom edge of the screen what the 4 buttons will do. And they actually, the little strip right above them will actually light up to whatever color you program it to. So if you want to do your boost pedal as red or green, you can color it this way. Then when you look at it from across the stage, you know your boost pedal is going to be red. You just, bam, there you go. And then you can do chorus as blue or yellow or whatever works for you. And they also have hardware encoded functions into each button as well. But I'll go into more of that later with a future video with the review and probably the playtest demo, whatever. And I may potentially do some tutorial stuff with it. We'll see. I have to learn the unit first. But yeah, you got basically a big giant jog wheel here, master volume here. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that, right? 2 knobs as opposed to a whole bazillion on the screen. Got your 4 buttons and the programmable lighting strip underneath. Touchscreen, and it's heavy. I mean, it's heavy metal. Yeah, it's all metal. So, and then on the back, you've got your on and off switch, USB connector, MIDI in and out, through, so on, and then a cornucopia of connectivity options. You've got input for the guitar, an expression pedal, and then also one for a toe activation, I guess. Like, I guess, for example, like if it's like a wah, like you have to push it all the way down to kick the wah on. I think somehow that ties in with that feature. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but anyway. Then you got your master outputs, left and right. Like if you're going to send that to a recording interface or to front of house or whatever. Then you have your external amp connector, so you can actually channel switching for like a regular, little button push button deals on a tube amp or on a regular amp to change channels. Well, you can program the Gigboard with that connected to the back of your amp, 1/4 inch on both sides, and then when you change your preset on here, let's say you're using your amp and you want it to change from clean to dirty, and then you're going to put all kinds of delays and stuff on the preset here, you can have it change a channel on your amp at the same time, so you're not hitting one switch on one board and a foot switch for the other for your amp. Do it all from one. So that's really, really cool. So you have an external amp, headphones, and then effects in and effects return, then your MIDI, and back to the beginning again. It is kind of a bummer, as feature-rich as this is, that the effects loop isn't a stereo deal. But all the effects that you would ever possibly conceivably need on God's green earth or blue earth or whatever color you want to call it is already in here, and it's already stereo. So that effects loop would be useful if you wanted to put something in there that just isn't available in the Gigboard, and they'll pretty much already have everything in there. So the chances of you needing something full stereo, and there are probably a couple of really niche pedals that probably would fit that bill, but by and large, I mean, I think the cost was cost prohibitive for them to mass produce a stereo effects loop and wire it into the circuits or whatever in such a way, when really it was going to be useful for maybe like 2% of the population that would even buy it. So anyway, but that's my humble personal opinion. So anyway, so there is the Gigboard. Pending the review and the full Monty of overview of the whole thing, have you guys, or have you specifically, done any modeling or had any modelers or what. I'm not talking about software in the computer, but I mean like hardware, like you have Line 6 or whatever. So yeah, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know which ones you've tried, which ones you liked. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Have you had any experience with any of the Headrush stuff, either what videos on YouTube or even in person? Love to hear your comments. Well, thanks guys for hanging around and checking out the unboxing on the Headrush Gigboard. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Not a problem. While you're here, hit the subscribe button and then hit the little bell icon to let you know when I upload new videos, which are every Monday, and when I do live streams during the week, which tend to be middle of the week or so. Schedule still pending, but right now I think we're probably looking about every other Wednesday to start, and we'll go from there. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Rock on. I'll catch you later.